If you've ever Googled what's the best way to lose weight, you've probably ended up more confused than when you first started. And there's even a local Facebook group near me, and there's always people asking, what is the best way to lose weight? And it always makes me laugh because the opinions out there's so many different examples, from keto, fasting, cut carbs, have more protein, count your calories, don't count calories. You hear it's never ending. No wonder people don't know where to start and find it really, really confusing. So in this video, I'm about to break down exactly what you need to do so you can lose all the weight you want to and feel the best you've ever felt. Recently, a client of mine has lost 11 kilos across the last 6 months, which is absolutely incredible. She's done a fantastic job. So I want to share with you exactly what she's done so you can take what she's done and you can do exactly the same. Because if I'm being honest, it's really, really simple. First, let's start with her training. She trained twice a week, every single week for the last 6 months with great consistency, and she's never missed a single session. And in those sessions, she focused on lifting weight, and that isn't really anything to do with weight loss. That's more for the simple things in day-to-day life. So she can be strong, so she can be capable, so she can keep her independence, so she can carry her own shopping, but also so she can build muscle tissue. Notice how I didn't mention how many calories she burnt every single session, because to be honest, that stuff is completely irrelevant and not something that you should be focusing on. Next, she was honest and accountable to everything that she ate and drank and followed a plan that focused on keeping inside her calorie target. And she did that for a solid 6 months. The key part of what I just said there is she was honest and accountable to it. If you're not honest with how much you're actually having, if you're not honest with what you ate, if you're not honest with what you drank, if you're not accountable to that stuff, you are simply going to find losing weight extremely difficult. We didn't cut any carbs. We never said that you can't have that bit of chocolate. We never said that you need to cut this out completely. So she didn't feel like she was falling off the wagon. It was simply about sticking to a calorie target and staying within that amount of calories so she could lose weight and feel a lot better in herself. And she's lost 11 kilos across the last 6 months through doing exactly that. Which leads me in nicely to my final point of what she did. She did it for 6 months and not just 6 weeks, because this stuff takes longer than you think it's going to take. Most people give it 6 weeks and expect that result and that progress to happen in that period of time. It doesn't work that way. You have to give your journey time to get to where you want to get to. Remember, you were trying to change behaviors, you're trying to build habits. It doesn't happen overnight. If most of you start giving your journey time and doing the right thing, you're going to make more progress than you've ever made before. And it was the same with me. 2.5 years ago, I was in the worst shape that I've ever been in. I was overweight and I was out of shape. And it boiled down to the fact that I wasn't being honest and I wasn't being accountable to what I was actually eating and drinking every single day. I was training and I was training consistently. I was training 3 to 4 times a week, every single week. But I'd come home, I'd have 2 breakfasts by the time it hit 10 o'clock, then have a big lunch, then I'd have a big dinner. And I thought I could get away with it because I was training and I was training well. But actually, I couldn't, because I wasn't being honest and I wasn't being accountable to what I was actually having. And then I decided to do something about it. And ever since I've been honest and accountable to that stuff, I've changed it all around. I'm in the best shape that I've ever been in. I've managed to keep that weight off now for 2.5 years. And I don't want you walking away from this so that it means that it's easy. It's simple and it's simple on paper, but that doesn't mean it's actually easy to go and execute, because that's something that is entirely different, because life makes it hard. Life makes it challenging. People think fat loss is difficult because they don't have enough information and they don't think they know enough. It isn't. That isn't your problem. Your problem is that you're trying to be consistent, but life keeps getting in the way. Like, think about how many of you got work stress, life stress, kids to deal with, social events, lack of sleep, you're bored, you've got holidays, you've got all this stuff going on, as well as trying to stay consistent with the simple things of losing weight. And that along the way is where people make mistakes. For example, you've been really, really good throughout the week, but you've had a really stressful week, the kids are driving you mad, you go out at the weekend, you overdo it a little bit, you step on the scales the next day and it says you've gained 2 kilos. So then your emotions get involved, you have low motivation anyway, so that makes it even more difficult. And then by Monday comes around, you find it difficult to get back on track. So you're stuck in that cycle of trying to do that over and over again. So it is made hard, and it's made hard to execute, and it's made hard to do because of the stuff that goes on in your life, which is why you have to try and make the process simpler for yourself. It's like something that I do, like having the same meals for breakfast and lunch, take away a decision from my day. So I don't have to think about it, and getting back on track is easy. And I've actually got something for you that can make it even simpler. If you go to the description down below, there's 4 weeks free coaching, giving you all the stuff that you need to help you on your own weight loss journey. All the stuff that I've done on my own journey is down below in the description. Go ahead and get it. 4 weeks free coaching. It'll give you absolutely everything you need. But before you go ahead and buy another meal plan, spend another £200 on supplements, before you get another gym program, before you download another recipe book, I want you to do something really, really simple for yourself. I want you to ask yourself 3 questions, and you've got to be super honest with the answer about it. And the first one is, have you actually been as consistent as you're telling yourself? And like I said, you've got to be truthful with the answers. Have you been honest and accountable to everything that you're eating and drinking? And the final question, Have you given it enough time? Have you given it months and years, or are you only giving it days and weeks? And if you're answering those three questions truthfully and honestly, and you answer no to some of those questions, that is where you need to focus on. Like I said, that 4-week free coaching will give you everything that you need. From your calorie targets, your protein targets, your step target, and gym training programs or home training programs, all the stuff that you could possibly need. But it will only work if you answer those 3 questions honestly and actually do it. If you're not being as consistent as you say you are, you can improve that. If you're not being honest and accountable to everything that you're having, that's what you need to focus on. And if you haven't given it enough time, then you need to give it more time. And if you answer those 3 questions truthfully and honestly, it'll give you the answer you need to actually make all the progress you've ever wanted to make, as well as feeling the best you've ever felt. Because investing in your health is probably the best thing you can do for yourself.